It was our intent all along to create a new marketplace to solve the problem that plagues corporate bond investors right now in the lack of liquidity that they're able to find. How we get from the idea and the inception to where we are now with some of the largest asset managers in the world is both partly the design and our strategy, as well as some fortuitous occurrences and market timing. The spark for Electronifie actually came while I was working at the SEC. We had a number of market participants coming in to see us to tell us how liquidity was getting impacted and the quality of American capital markets were under threat because of all these new regulations. And it became pretty apparent that regulations alone couldn't create and solve the same problem. So the idea of coming together with some ex-colleagues and friends and really designing a marketplace that was for traders and oriented around matching up traders with each other and helping them negotiate with each other without fear of predatory activity was really paramount and came from those initial conversations with market participants. I think our technology is unique in that it is very agile, it's web-based, but yet is deployed in a way that traders believe, and the look and feel of a local app does not require a browser. We use some of the most cutting-edge programming languages, which allows us to attract some really great talent. But I think the number one factor really has been the quickness and the agility to make changes and to pivot where our customers require it, and to be able to try a variety of ideas and see what works best for the users. Every conversation that we have with a client, there is some amount of information that we glean, and we get a little sense of their problems and their workflow. I remember one meeting we had with one very large asset manager here in New York where they were expressing some of their frustrations with another platform and with the voice market. On the subway ride back to the office, we came up with a little bit of a brainstorm about how we could solve that problem and created one of our execution mechanisms which allows them to basically replicate what they're doing in the voice market without some of the issues that they were facing. We like to think of ourselves as disruptive without being disruptive, which I know sounds crazy, but I think we definitely are disrupting the existing market structure. There is a change that is pretty seismic in how end investors can find each other and can negotiate that happens on Electronifie that is not how they currently do it in the voice market. But from their daily workflow, we realized very early on we can't disrupt what a trader does day in and day out, especially in the early days as they're transitioning from one market structure to another. And so we really try to fit into their workflow. A lot of times we use the analogy with Uber that there's not much of a difference for a driver and a rider in driving a car or in hailing a cab, using an app or using your arm to wave down a cab. So from a workflow perspective, it's very similar, but it is actually very disruptive to the industry at large, and we view ourselves as trying to play a similar role.